When you're thinking about putting a patient on a clinical trial and or maybe considering an off-label use of a drug, is there something within this tool or something within AI that you could use to help you with that?
Yeah. No, that's an excellent question, and it speaks to kind of the notion of clinical trial matching, right? Finding the right trial for the right patient at the right time. So the trouble without having AI is the resources to look up clinical trials right now are very arcane. Clinicaltrials.gov is the largest database, but it's very slow to be updated. It's often hard to tell whether trials are actually open or not, or even recruiting. Secondly, it's proximity. So unless you are in a practice that engages in trials where you can bring those trials to your patients, or you're in an area that you could refer close by to a larger medical center, whatever it may be, outside of that, oftentimes it's hard to get patients to a center to be able to get the studies. So given those two, I would think major limitations, I think where AI could come into play and where a tool such as Oncoscope could come into play is it could help identify maybe more effectively what studies are more appropriate for that specific patient population. Now, specifically using Oncoscope, if you were to put in, as Anna kind of demonstrated, that you're looking for a specific subset of patients, right? Not just breast cancer metastatic, but those triple negative who are now on second line who have this mutation. And if that tool can identify, hey, there actually is a trial specifically for this patient population, then you've saved yourself a lot of time and research and avoiding a database that isn't the most up to date and found a potential answer for your patients. Now, some of that is actually being done by NGS companies right now. So companies such as Tempest Foundation, etc.,
Yep.
they are connecting to, unfortunately, the clinicaltrials.gov database. And so when you get an NGS report, you also get a list of studies that could
Yeah.
potentially work for it. However, the limitation there is the data that's utilizing. But, and I say this because I also consult with some of these companies. They're trying to be more proactive where they're utilizing AI to identify patients and trials up to the moment, like in that moment that, okay, you have this patient, he had an FGFR mutation, and we now have this study that just opened at this center for this, versus trying to look back at a larger database. So I think the opportunity is there. I think there's still a lot of legwork, though, into making it more effective and not simply regurgitating what's already in databases that are available.